We are in the Serengeti in Tanzania, one of the preeminent safari destinations in all of Africa. And this is specifically a place called Grumeti Game Reserve, which is they call it concession or a private land leased by the locals. It's part of the Serengeti ecosystem. It's just adjacent to Serengeti. And so a company called Singita, which is one of the more, one of the top safari camp and lodge operators in Africa, leased the land, and so they have rights to the Grumeti area, of which they own five lodges and camps exclusively in this area. One of the advantages of that is that they could do things that are not allowed in Serengeti National Park, including Ngorongoro Crater, is that the vehicles can go off the main road to deliberately approach big game, so you get better sightings of them. And also, you can do night drives, you can do bushwalks. In the Serengeti, you can't get out of the car. So anyway, so this is the flagship property in Singita's Grumeti portfolio called Sasakwa. And I just put my slippers on here. And within Sasakwa, this is called the Hilltop Suite, which is the flagship room in the 11-room Sasakwa Lodge. And what makes this which in many ways is most likely the flagship accommodation in all of Singita's Tanzania portfolio, if not all of Africa. So you can see it's a solid build, permanent construction, not a tented camp. This is a 2-floor, 1-bedroom suite. And so let me get into the details on this. So we went to the Serengeti about 15 years ago. We loved it. We went to the Lamai area up north to see the river crossings, the wildebeest migration. And then we went to Ngorongoro Crater and then Selous National Park, or Game Reserve, which all of it was spectacular. It was eye-opening. The one thing that I did not enjoy was the fact that you cannot approach big game. You can argue about the ethics of it all, but given that some other parts of Africa, including Botswana, Zambia, as well as private reserves in South Africa, as well as the Masai Mara conservancies, those things are allowed, including night drives. It just made it seem like, hey, we enjoyed it, but that's enough for us. But in Grumeti, this is the one place within the Serengeti that you could avail yourself to the potential of a high-quality safari experience above and beyond what you can get typically in other camps within the main Serengeti National Park. So anyway, so this Hilltop Suite, it's 1-bedroom, 2-story. Look at that, private. It's got the best view. This is the out of Africa view that you'll get in parts of Masai Mara, as well as in the Serengeti. But you have a commanding view from atop a high hilltop position. So Hilltop Suite is part of Singita Sasakwa. It's not far from the main lodge, but you get a private, you get your own butler, you get a chef that prepares the meals for you in your room, and then you can dine in your room, although you can dine in other parts of the property, including in the main dining hall if you so choose. But the other advantage is that you're guaranteed a private vehicle and a guide. which you're going to want eventually. Because what if you're sharing a vehicle with, first-time safari goers who want to spend 2 hours with a hippo? Or what if there's birders, like a big ear type of people, and you're more into charismatic mammals? Or maybe you have your own idiosyncratic, tastes and desires of things you want to see and experience. Everyone's different, right? And so you're only going to be able to guarantee that with a private guide and vehicle. Or you may want to stay out all day, or you want to go back earlier because it's too hot or you're tired, right? So that's probably the ultimate luxury. I would trade high quality room for a private guide any day of the week. So down below with the pool, that is again, this is along the hillside. That is the pool and the deck of this Hillside Suite. So we're gonna go, so this is the main living area, this is the deck. We'll go downstairs, which has the bedroom and the master bathroom, as well as the deck with the pool. So, okay, I'm gonna go back into, slightly zoom out. Okay. Let me close this. There's supposedly monkeys and baboons know how to get in, so you have to lock the door behind you. Let alone, it's not enough just to close the door. So you saw the bathroom up here and the kitchen. We're going to go downstairs now, where the bedroom and the master bathroom is. So Singita is arguably one of the top lodge and camp companies in all of Africa. I would say alongside Wilderness and Great Plains and Acelia, among others. They're known for extensive wine list, luxury. Look, if you're just looking for a bush experience, there's plenty of places that you can enjoy. In fact, within Singita's 5 lodge and camp portfolio, they do have a tented camp, and they also have a more affordable options in the Grumeti area. Of course, it's still more expensive than the typical camp you'll find by many other companies in Serengeti, but if you think it's too foo-foo and soft to have kind of walls and glass windows and threaded linens, then you know what? You have options to forego that if you so choose. So this is the bedroom. Before I show you the deck, let's come around this way. So this is the closet area. Hello. Plenty of space to put your stuff. Sorry, this is in the middle of the day when the light is harsh, so it could be a little bit blinding. But anyway, so plenty of space to put your stuff. Here is the safe. There's blankets. There's insect repellents, extra amenities like toothbrush and other things like that. Dresser, and then this is another place to put your rollerboard and other belongings. The other thing, this is typical in Africa camps. You just throw your stuff in here. This is a laundry bin, and then they'll pick it up both while they'll check up on it when you're going out on your morning game drive, as well as on the afternoon game drive. So not much to think about, and you can pack pretty light. So this is the, actually, let me come around this way. So here's the master bathroom. Much to my chagrin, much of the world has not caught on with the concept of washlet toilets. especially the Toto ones, which is 100% adopted by even cheap Japanese accommodations. So anyways, doesn't matter to you, no big deal. But for a place that charges what Singita charges, it would be nice to see if they really want to go all out. So, large vanity, 2 sinks, you have a bath. Oh, what I didn't show you, I forgot to show you the mini bar. Not a big deal, but man, they have some pretty awesome complimentary beverages. If you're into alcohol, they have 18-year Macallan, and they have some really nice wines. So they do not skimp on that type of stuff. Shoot, I thought this was open. Darn it. Okay, hold on 1 second. All right. Yep, it was security locked because, again, to keep the monkeys, both vervet monkeys and the baboons, out of the way, away from getting inside and stealing your stuff and pooping on in the room. See, there's some birds hanging out. You can see it's high on top of the hill. Some loungers, although with the harsh sun, it's probably not somewhere that we're going to be spending too much time on. So let's go down, and then I'll turn around and show you the Hillside Suite from over here. But anyway, so sweeping views of the landscape. Classic kind of grassland with acacia trees. This is kind of what you think what you think of when Serengeti or Masai Mara comes to mind. It's all part of the same ecosystem. It just happens to be in Tanzania and Kenya, respectively. So here it is. This is the Hillside Suite. So again, the advantage of this, all the rooms are awesome. I'm sure we'd be happy with any of them. We stayed in the Singitas in Sabi Sands in South Africa, as well as Kruger, Lebombo, and Boulders, actually. But yeah, this is something else. I wish it was a single floor, but it's on the side of a hill, so I guess they kind of had to make it this way. And I guess the advantage is that you get good views, but disadvantage is, you have to climb stairs incessantly up and down, or if you forgot something, you have to kind of go back up or down. So, Grumeti Game Reserve, bordering Serengeti National Park, in many ways, because there's less vehicles and harassment, and just less people, that the wildlife viewing is arguably much stronger. And on top of that, you get your private vehicle and guide. And on top of that, Grumeti overall, because there's the guest count overall is so low that, if you see something unique and interesting, you're not going to have a cluster of 50 vehicles, which is very, very nice. I can stare at this view all day. And on top of that, then you can go off-road, so you can approach, flagship animals like leopards and lions and whatever else that you want to get closer to have a better view, which you cannot do in other parts of the Serengeti. So, Singita Sasakwa Hillside Suite in Grumeti Game Reserve, adjacent to Serengeti National Park in Tanzania. Hope you enjoyed.